Welcome, soul listener circles and cipher. This edition is a special edition of That's My Song, and it is titled Female Emcees, the Yin to Hip Hop's Yang. Yes. So yin and yang means, it's part of the Chinese philosophy. It means oneness. And that describes how seemingly, opposite or contrary forces may be actually complementary, interconnected, and they give rise to one another. There's a duality. And hip hop, being the hip hop fan, I love hip hop music. Do I know everything? No. About hip hop, but I do love and enjoy and I appreciate the history of hip hop and the voice that it gives so many people. So I know that with hip hop and this duality, that yin and that yang, one of the main issues with the yin and the yang is, of course, gender. And think about if you were to watch a hip hop video channel, or if you were to listen to a hip hop radio station or any radio station with the hip hop songs, you certainly, arguably, because I'm sure some people would say, that's not true. But arguably, you would not see as many female MCs today as you would see, or even a female presence as you would see, the female presence as she might dance, as a sexual object, as she dances naked, booty, she's in the pool, she's hanging all over the MC. So that's what tonight I want us to talk about, and we're gonna have a party tonight, really, with the music of the female MC pioneers. So again, welcome, soul listener circle and cipher. I definitely should say tonight. Welcome to That's My Song with your host Desiree. I'm here on Life Enhancement Radio, www.lifeenhancementradio.com. While we are going over these songs, I certainly can't go over every female MC. I would love to, but I can't. Feel free to text me at 443-410-1971. You can also email me at talktous@lifeenhancementradio.com. So please, think about, what we're talking about. Turn it up, whop it out. I'm going to play some really, I call them, what would they say? Bangers that from the female MC pioneer and from that time and that era. Rarely do we have what we had back in the late 80s and the 90s where, there was a female MC all the time. Every hip hop crew that came out, every hip hop artist that came out, there was a first lady of that crew. And today, you really don't see that, or you can't even really make that claim today. So for me, I must say, for my passion comes from a time where when I enter my teenage years, it was a time where hip hop was the bad music. It wasn't part of commercials, and it was accepted by all. Like, that was the bad music. And so as the bad music, I started to listen. But as I'm listening, all I do hear is, I am a woman all day, and I hear male MCs, and then I start to hear several female MCs, and they become just as popular. And so, was that the golden era of hip hop, where they had both the male and the female, the duality coming together and forcing one another? Or, am I crazy? Am I out of my mind? And that certainly is a possibility. Even when we think about, even when I think about hip hop crews, think about the Wu-Tang Clan, like one of the biggest, love the Wu-Tang Clan, one of the biggest hip hop crews. And even they, at the height of their career, even they had a female MC crew. Like, it was all females. It was called Deadly Venoms. Remember? Do you remember them back in like 97? And they were all female. And they were holding their own. And they were part of they were a Wu-Tang affiliate. I mean, that is just amazing. Back when female MCs, they would, quote unquote, spit bars. They had something to say. It wasn't just all about, ooh, you chasing me down because my booty is big, and, about the way she looks. It was about the way she put her words together and how she could crush her opponent with those words. Like, that is what it was about. And it has certainly changed from that today. So one of the things as we go through this that I want us to think about, is the female MC, is she like a unicorn? That rare breed where it's about her rhymes and the beats, of course. But, it's about her rhymes and her beats. It's not about, how precious and how beautiful and how pretty she is. It really is about how she can crush her opponent with her words and how she puts them together in such a way. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, the Bad Girl Club does not have people, coming up today. They do. I just have a love for my hip hop, my female pioneers back in the day. I mean, today, there's people like, what's her name? The girl with the song Body, Dreezy. And then there is, LaKyle. I just read about her when I was researching this topic today. And you really don't get to see her face, but she's all about her lyrics. Like, she's all about her lyrics. Of course, there's the Nicki Minaj. We all know Nicki. But Nicki really can spit, although a lot of her, attraction is, the way that she presents herself. It's not just about her words, although her words can, carry the suitcase for many. So, let's not forget, I will not be able to cover every female MC, although that would take, maybe like 10 hours versus the male MC, which would take days upon days upon days to cover and play like one song and talk about each of them. But I'm going to take this next hour so we can turn it up and really, really just party. Like I said, we're going to whop it out. Generally, we relax and chillax and talk about the lyrics. Well, we're going to talk about the lyrics today, but we're not relaxing today. Like, we're having a good time. And if you want to get up and dance, please do. Please do just that. I definitely want to send a shout out to all of the female MCs. And if I forget any, please text me, email me, let me know, you forgot such and such. But the list that I can think of off the top of my head, of course, is Roxanne Shante, Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, MC Light, The Lady of Rage, West Coast in the house, Eve, Bahamadia, Mia X, Sister Soldier, Moni Love, Lauryn Hill, yes, as they would say, Foxy Brown, Little Kim, Foxy and Little Kim, I say they ushered in the era of where the female MC was no longer judged according to how well she could carry her lyrics, but it was, more on her physical appearance and that sort of stuff. So I do believe, in my mind, I say that Foxy and Little Kim ushered that era in. Let's not forget Rod Digger. Remy Ma, of course. Remy Ma is doing her thing like right now as well. She's the first lady of Fat Joe's crew. And so she is definitely all the way up. You know that song. Missy Elliott. Now, Missy Elliott is just, bow down to Missy Elliott because she's not only a hip hop artist, but she's a producer. Like, when you talk about a male dominated area of the hip hop industry. So of course it's the lyrics, it's the person on the microphone holding it down. Like, Missy came in and blew up the spot with how she produced and produced so well. So there's Missy Elliott. And then we cannot forget our girl Trina. You know, Trina. She brought that sex appeal in there too. Of course, there's Da Brat, Jean Grey, Yo-Yo, Nikki D, Emile, Queen Pen, Dej Loaf, Rhapsody. I just had the opportunity to see Rhapsody a couple years back, and she was really good. Sparky D. I mean, these are all gems. These are all that rare unicorn that in the golden age of not only hip hop, but the golden age of the female MC. All of these females were present, and they were rapping, and they were having their voice heard. But I only have an hour, and there are limits to that hour. So what I will say is that hip hop certainly, with hip hop we have made our way to where, Burger King is using us, because there was a time they were trying to say, you were evil and you were up to no good if you listen to hip hop, but we all know that that's not true. Because I fell in love with hip hop, and even though they said it was so bad, much like the bad guy, the intelligent bad guy that I have an affinity for, hip hop was that for me as well. But hip hop certainly is endless, but we certainly do have to balance the pendulum. We have to balance the pendulum so we can have voices heard from males, females, rich, poor, those who have traveled the world, and maybe those that have only traveled their block. Like we need to balance this out and just make it even, particularly in hip hop that gave the voice to so many people. To say, there's conscious hip hop, there's love hip hop, there is just party hip hop, like where it's all about the beats. There's say nothing hip hop. To it now, it has kind of dwindled down to the Hatbat Cat MC. And he, the Hatbat Cat MC, and that means very simple, like very simple lyrics, not necessarily saying much of anything, but, very simple lyrics, not saying much of anything. You would call it kind of fun, but I see party rhyming. You still do have like words, very complex words, coming together with the beat, and that makes the party rhyme. This new breed, I listen. Of course I listen, because, the baton has been passed to this new breed, but we certainly do have to tweak it. So that it makes sense, because everybody can't say the same thing. Everybody can't look the same way. Everybody can't do the same thing. So, and with my passion for the explosion for the female MC, I want her to be out there in the cypher with everybody else under the street lights, and she's holding it down. Like she's holding it down with no questions, no sort of questioning. She said this or she said that, and it's certainly not going to be about, how big is her butt, or, how long is her hair, or how naked is she? It won't be about that. Almost like The Voice, where you is blind and you get up there and you sing and they turn the chair around just based on your raw talent. That is what I